There we go. All right. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. What's up, Sir Bomble? Hell yeah, a screen not at 3 a.m. my time. Yeah, I got a couple hours before my first meeting, so I'm gonna try to take care of this account migration thing. Hello, Kale. Good to see you. Thank you both for being members and subscribers. Appreciate you. Hello, Gun Highs. Thank you for being a member as well. It's 12 a.m. That's okay. That's totally okay. You probably should be sleeping anyways. Totally fine. I'm doing good, man. Yeah, life's good. My nose is far less stuffy today, so that's a win. And football season is starting back up in the United States. So life is good, man. Life is good. Thank you for being a streamer. Well, that's so nice of you to always say, Gun Highs, but I don't know if I just appreciate any this title of streamer. I don't know if I've earned that. I'm just a random guy in Kansas. Hey, what's up, Vic? Yay, migration time. Important question before you migrate. Do you have a backup and rotation key? It's just in case something goes wrong, but it's rare. I don't even know what a backup or rotation key are. So that's news to me. Oh shit, meeting time, yeah. Yeah, I don't really have meetings most of the days. Or at least my calendar is usually pretty meeting light. I feel bad for people who have like back to back meetings. That would really suck. Vic, I got you. Okay, thank you. All right, PDSmover.com. Let's look. Okay, PDS Mover can provide worry-free. Yeah, sorry, you're an Archmage now. Thank you for being Archmage. Yeah, exactly. Call me Archmage, Steven. Okay, this is a free service for individual accounts and stores the backup on PDS Mover's servers. Just like your atproto data, this is also public. On login, you will be asked if you'd like to add a rotation key to your account. A rotation key is a recovery key that allows you to restore your account if your PDS ever goes down. If you're already signed up for backups, then you can log in here to manage them. Oh, that's cool. If you're just managing your backups or have your own rotation key, you can use an app password. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna take this as a link. How's your progress going? Is your PDS work perfectly? So my PDS seems to work. I have a bot account that seems to be set up correctly and work. So now I'm going to try to move my actual account. That's my plan this time. Otish, thumbnail was scary. You got to get a different pic. Really? My thumbnail? You think the picture of me is scary? What's wrong with it? Is it just not... Am I too ugly? Do I not have a face that was made for television? Do I have a radio face? All right, so we got that. So that's good. This will help to set up both. It's pretty direct and clear steps. Okay, cool. So I'll make sure I do that first. And what else? This is the blog post I was following. No, Alt-Shift-D. Hopefully this goes well. We'll see how it goes. OMG, the OG post. Is this it? Is this the OG post? Nice. I got it off the atproto docs page. I'm gonna go make that coffee real quick, and then we can turn the coffee cam off and try to do this. Yes, correct. My very special boost potion. I make it myself. Yeah, it's like the first doc we had back in time. Atproto had no proper docs. Really? Crazy. Well, I hope it's still relevant. Let's see. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this move over backup thing. I do tend to bring the coffee. Wherever I go, I tend to bring the coffee. So coffee bringer would be a accurate title to add to my announcement or my proclamation. That would actually be kind of a fun thing to create. You know how like when they announce the king in Game of Thrones, you know? Create your own list of titles that people have to say every time you enter a room. For some people, boost potion acts like poop potion. I think a lot of people use coffee to help them stay regular. I think that's a very common thing. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know? You need to buy yourself a good coffee maker. Dude, I want to buy this. This is the coffee maker I want. It's way too expensive, but it's the one I want, okay? It's called, it's the Fellow coffee maker. You seen this one? This is the one I want, but it's $400. And then I walk by a $20 one at Walmart, and I'm like, okay, maybe I don't Maybe we don't need a $400 coffee maker, but that's the one I'd like to get. For me, it acts like poop potion mixed with sleep potion. Yeah, people have always found it weird that I can like literally be drinking a cup of coffee and then falling asleep at the same time. The caffeine just the caffeine just doesn't get to me. Let's see. The most basic way to do things, PDS Mover does that behind the scenes. The website also does migrations for non-devs. Oh, that's cool. So so PDS Mover will actually do the migration for me? Vic? Okay, I might just use that. I mean, I honestly don't have any ego in doing it manually myself. Nice. Short meetings are always a win, dude. Yep, if you want. Okay, so you can just use this link instead. It will ask you to create rotation key and backup too. Okay, let me do that. Honestly, yeah, I'm totally fine with... Okay, copy link. I think Vic just gave us the cheat code to make this real easy. So we're using this tool, Vic. Vic's over on Streamplace too for YouTube and Twitch. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, I'm also streaming to this website called Streamplace that's built around atproto in general, and I've got somebody in the chat over there who's helping me. Yeah, Mike. Okay, cool. So I think I'm just gonna use this then. This saves me a ton of time. So I guess I should just update my notes and say... I should just say... ignore everything below. Just use this. I love PDS Mover. I've used it multiple times to test around a lot. Nice. Okay. Well, whoever made it, I don't know if you know who made it. I'd love to tell him thank you. Or maybe we can buy him a coffee. Oh, it's made by that same guy, PDS Dad. Yeah, it's made by the same guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's buy him a coffee. Yo, bro. Thanks for creating PDS Mover. Thanks for creating PDS Mover. Also, love the name and branding. Hope you are doing well. I guess I probably should not do this on screen with my credit card information. 1 second. Oh, I have to provide an email. You were ready to intercept. He is the goat about PDS migrations. Yeah, he does. He seems like he knows a lot, for sure. I'm very appreciative. I think that's the part about the developer community in general that I've loved so much over the last few years of trying to be more involved in it. It's just how open and helpful and I mean, not everyone's that way, but it's very appreciated that some people are so willing to share kind of their knowledge, you know, and you can sort of stand on the shoulder of giants in a lot of ways. Okay, so we have invite code from your PDS, leave blank if you don't have one. This will be my new handle. This will be the email, okay. This is my PDS URL. We want to create a new account on the new PDS. Useful if a migration failed. You want to have a bit more manual control. We want to migrate the repos, migrate the blobs, yep. Override the source PDS URL. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so it looks like it's going to do it for me. So I just need to provide this information. I don't even have to set up the account in advance. Easy enough. All right, I'm going to do this off screen so I don't leak anything I shouldn't leak. Hey, what's up, Fanberg? I stand on the shoulder of giants as that devil telling them bad things. What? Oh, sorry, the coffee can. My bad. I forgot to put that away. We're done with that. Good to see you, D. Hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh, wait, is your PDS open without invites? I don't think it is. I set the environment variable to true, so it should require an invite code. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. Like when we tested it, I think it will. When we tested it yesterday, let me log out, or I'll just open a new Blue Sky app. Pretty sure. Where's the place where you set the, yeah, here we go. pds.freeborn.cloud. Yeah, it requires an invite code, yeah. So it does require an invite. Yeah, so I have that set up properly. Yeah, I wouldn't want a bunch of randos just spamming stuff in there, would we? That'd be bad. Yes, we'll need to create an so that's what I'm going to try to do off screen so I don't accidentally leak anything I shouldn't be leaking. You're on lunch? Nice, nice. I'm waiting for my first meeting of the day, so I figured I'm going to kill a couple hours. It's hard to get started on like deep, meaningful work when you know you're going to have to stop. You know, so I'm just going to delay the start of my day and then Control Shift New. There we go. Hey, Johnny. Just turning in. How's the PDS work coming along? Saw some of the initial work yesterday. Also, are you running all your stuff on prem? Yes, I am right now. Yep. And then so far the PDS setup has gone well. Now we're at the, I guess the hairiest part where we're gonna try to migrate this to, gonna try to migrate my existing account to the new PDS. And we actually got a tool from Vic over on stream.place. And she hooked me up with a tool that will do it for me. So I'm gonna try to use that. But so far, so good. You know? Famous last words. It's what everyone says right up until it blows up in your face. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right now, I've got to enter a bunch of information, so I'm doing that off screen. Trying to avoid to leak anything. Okay, and then we have to create the invite code. So that is going to be goat admin, or no, PDS admin -- help create invites. Okay, so we got an invite code. Copy that. All right, I'm gonna click move and we're gonna see how this goes. Oh, we have to enter a valid URL, whoops. All right, I think it's working. We'll see. Hello, RPG. I like your handle. It's a good handle. Yes, so I did it off screen. I guess it's just working now. I wonder how it's getting the updates. So using like server sent events or a WebSocket or something. Oh no, it's just polling. Huh. Now we wait. Be ready to access your email. Okay. All right, we're ready. It's your computer doing the migration. Nice, nice. Yeah, because it's working through. Oh, yeah, okay. So it just prompted me for my PLC token. Please check your email attached to your previous account for a PLC token to enter below. Sign up for automated account backups. Oh, that's cool. So this PDS mover will actually back up my account. That's cool. Okay, I probably should save the PLC key, I'm guessing. I'm just gonna make a... Save that. Okay, I'm actually gonna sign up for automated backups too. Okay, please check the box below if you'd like to add a rotation key to your account and to sign up for PDS Mover's free backup service. With a rotation key and backups, if your new PDS ever goes down, you can recover your account and its data. This is not required, but highly recommended. Okay. And then now it's giving me a rotation key. I'm gonna copy that. And I'm also gonna add that into Bitwarden. So PDS rotation key. Sorry, I would do this all on screen. I'll write this up into a blog post, or maybe I'll do a video or something, but I just don't want to leak anything that is going to cause me a headache. Let's see, save this. Yeah, save. Okay, congratulations. I think all this I can show this though. This doesn't have it. Okay, says congratulations. You have moved your PDS freeborn.cloud. Yep. Remember to use your new PDS URL under hosting provider when logging in on Blue Sky. If you cannot log in or see your account is deactivated, please follow the directions here. Okay. Let's see, it's a bit of a bug sometimes. I'm not sure exactly what causes, but usually mentioning your handle in a post or reply fixes it. Okay, I had this bug, I think yesterday, and I fixed it by adding a particular record on the PDS to the account. Okay. All right. So now I guess we should test it, yeah? Yes, I did. I saved the rotation key, and I don't know if the PLC token is something I need to keep, but I also saved that into my password manager as a note. Oh, nice. Vic actually has a tutorial that she's planning on translating, so we might need to check that out. Even if your PDS explodes tomorrow, you can recover your account without a problem. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. The guy who made that, PDS dad, man, he deserves a big round of applause. Okay, so let's try the new handle. So this is steven.pds freeborn.cloud. Yeah, I gotta set it down here. Can you share and explain how Blue Sky is more better? I'm not an expert. Like, I'm listening to Vic over here talk to me a lot about some of this stuff, and she's obviously deep in the rabbit hole, or he, I'm not actually sure. Sorry, Vic, I didn't mean to misgender you. But Vic is, like, obviously deep in the rabbit hole on atproto, knows a lot. I'm a total noob, and so I'm trying to get, like, up to speed, right? And so that's part of what this is all about, is I want to set up my own PDS, and then I want to try to go down a little bit of a developer rabbit hole with atproto. But what has me excited for it, I guess I'll just share what, in my kind of layman's understanding, is excited about it, is I like the idea where it's kind of inverting this idea of having your social presence on the web in these isolated boxes of apps, right? So I have my identity on YouTube, and I have all the stuff that I've posted and uploaded over there. I have old identities on Facebook, Instagram, X, all these different boxes of apps where I have data and an identity, but I can't bring any of that with me without a whole lot of pain and effort, right? Where atproto basically lets me say, okay, you have one identity on the atproto network, and all your data is your data, right? All your data lives in your PDS. You own it, you control it. And if you want to take that identity and that data to another place, you can, right? And so not only that, but people can build new apps that make use of that data that you already have in your PDS, right? So it's almost like, I tried to draw a little picture about it yesterday, and I don't think I did it complete justice, but it's kind of this idea of, like, if you think of, like, your current approach to social media, where you have, you have app here, and then let's do green, and you have app here. All of these three things are kind of separate, identities unto themselves, and neither of the two shall ever meet type of thing. Whereas on atproto, I can kind of basically say, actually, my data sits here. This is my identity and my data. And if someone wants to build an app downstream from it, they can, and they can just look at my data, right? So you could have an app here that's looking at my PDS data. You could have an app here that's looking at, and so that's, or whoops, I can't draw the arrows and boxes correctly, but that's kind of what has me excited about it. Is it makes a whole lot of sense to me from a user perspective, and it excites me that maybe I don't have to be locked in or committed to one place. So I'm just trying to support that idea by using it, trying to build on it, and just participate in it, you know? That's the idea, Yashkin Code. Hopefully I articulated that halfway well. An RPG actor, another person over on stream.place, is saying you can use it for a lot of super fun things. So hopefully I'll learn more about it, and maybe if you stick around and watch some of my content and streams in the future, some of it will make more sense too. As I learn more, you'll learn more. Oh, and Vic also shared, I'm going to pass this across to those of you that might be on Twitch and YouTube. She shared this link. This may help understand why atproto good. Dan Avermob has written a lot about it too. That's how I first heard about it, was through following Dan Avermob and his writings about atproto and stuff. So that's how I found my way to it. Yes, more better. Sorry, I should have been more specific. Okay, and then hey, looky there. It worked. All right, so this is the invalid handle that I saw yesterday too. And I believe there's a request in here. Yeah, this was what I fixed yesterday. It has something to do, I think, maybe with this not being able to resolve a particular record that it expects to be present. But one thing I want to do is I want to still use my, let's see, edit profile. Nope, I want to go to settings, account, handle. So what I want to do is I want to change it back to my other handle. So I'm going to need to update some stuff. But it works. Yeah, you see it shifted on PDS ILS. Nice, nice. I love it. I'm surprised there's zero interruption on stream.place as the migration happens. I don't understand it either, but yeah, that's... I guess I was kind of worried about that, but I guess it seems like it's not an issue. Why is this not loading for me? Oh, is it because I have... Oh, weird. Huh. I don't know why that's not loading. Oh, I guess we can use the atproto. So we'll do steven.pds.freeborn.cloud. Or is it still resolving to... There we go. PDS info. Yep, there we go. Nice, nice. Okay, I like it. So I want to go back, though, to my old handle. God, dude, I love that guy. Let's see, you previously activated. You can reactivate your account to log in. No, cancel. Sign in. I want to sign into a different situation. Sign in. We're gonna do hosting provider, PDS. dot what? PDS dot freeborn dot cloud. Okay, then we'll do my password. Wonderful. We did it. We did it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that guy Brady, what was his name? Brady Townsend? What was the website? Mover. PDSmover.com. All right, so I think I need to fix up some stuff, but for the most part, I think it's working. Congratulations on your data independence. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. What is your blue sky? My blue sky now, I guess right now it's currently here. I'll just share the link to the profile. It might change. It should go back to stephenfreeborn.com, but it's not that right now. It's something else. So I'll just share a link to the profile. Let's see, that's Twitch at Yash can code.
Ilmanian is telling you to lift some weights.
All right. You're right. I should probably take. I didn't set a timer either, but yeah, I should probably take a break. Use the. Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good
Sir
point.
Bomble is telling you to drink some coffee.
Okay, Bomble, coffee first, then lift weights. Yeah, that was smart. I should have used the ID. Then it doesn't matter what my handle is. Yeah, go ahead and drop me a follow. I mean, that's honestly, to be completely honest with you, Yashkin Code, that's where I probably spend most of my social media scroll time these days, other than maybe TikTok. But yeah, so if you wanna catch up with me there, that's probably the best place. All right, I'm gonna lift some weights real quick. All right, weights were lifted. All requests have been satisfied. TikTok screen time drop at 50 subs. Oh, I'm not. I can show you my screen time. My TikTok screen time's probably out of control. Let me see. I just find so much funny content over there. Let's see. My TikTok screen time. Hold on, is this for the week? Yeah, this is for the week. This says 1 hour, but I guess we're at the beginning of the week. How do we see previous weeks? I don't know how to read this data. Right now it says I'm at 1 hour and 11 minutes for the week on TikTok. And that's across all my devices. But I don't know what it is. But yeah, I mean, my daily average is 1 hour. I'm probably there. Yeah, I'm probably somewhere in that neighborhood. It's entertaining, man. It's entertaining. Yeah, Canco, don't prefer Twitter. I mean, I'm on Twitter occasionally, but I really don't prefer it over there. It's kind of I find the more I scroll Twitter, the worse I feel about things. You know, it's the same reason I don't use Instagram a lot. I find the more I scroll Instagram, the worse I feel about my own life. So, you know, you just have to kind of cultivate your media diet a bit, you know. It was much worse. To be fair, I did uninstall it for like a month. Yeah. It's the best way to handle social media addiction. X is just a shadow of Twitter. X is just a shadow of Twitter used to be. Yes, 100%. So you might need to log out, log in again to every atproto app. Oh, okay, I'll do that. I think the only atproto apps I have right now are Leaflet, Streamplace. Well, I guess I can see, right? I can see based on the records in my PDS. So I'll go through and do a cleanup on that. Okay, the question is, what I thought was going to take me a couple hours is taking us 30 minutes. I'm going to try to fix the handle is what I'm going to do now. So I think if I go to my PDS, I can do this on screen, I think. So I think if I go here, I can do goat, make this a little bigger. I go goat admin, MPX, Leaflet, Tangled, Streamplace. All right, I actually have quite a few I need to sign in and sign out of. Oh, whoops, go PDS admin. And then I want go PDS admin count. And I want to do update. And I just want to pass the handle. So I want to update my specific DID. Sorry for flashbanging you. Seems like this. Okay, so that's okay. Update this account. Okay, so that updated that. Now what do we do? Now we want to go back to here to account handle. And that record should already be there. Yep, update. Okay. There we go. Nice. And atproto. Guess we'll give it a minute. There we go. All right. I think we're all good now. Fantastic. Although this is still reporting an invalid handle. Oh no, it's not anymore. Okay, cool. We're all fixed up. Yeah, I love that, man. I'm so excited about this. Exit. Yeah, exit. Now, I want to do, let's see, backups. If you're signing up and adding a rotation key, you have to use your account's real password. If you're just managing your backups or have your own rotation key, you can use an app password. So, Vic, if I don't know if you're still here, Vic, but if I ever need to do backups, or if I ever want to just look at what is backed up, I can come to this website and sign in. I guess let's try this real quick. Oh, nice. Yeah. Look. You can use your regular password. Yeah, and see your backup. It should there be awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. This is so cool. This is so cool. I might still try to set up my own local backup using my TrueNAS server. And probably just like a shell script and a cron job, but this is super awesome. Super cool. Your account's very light. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I don't have a ton. Yeah, I don't have a ton at all. Which probably made this a lot more straightforward. I'm glad I'm glad I did this earlier than later. Says the person with more than 3.3 gigabytes of data. Dang, that's crazy. So do you develop a lot on the app on atproto, or is that why you have so much data? Or yeah, that's crazy. I like to test all the atproto apps I can see. Nice. Very cool. That's awesome. All right, well, I guess we're just going to move on to the next atproto thing we wanted to do, because that's done. Yeah. Okay, so we want to build a chat client that can receive chat messages from and send chat messages to whenever my stream is live on Streamplay. So this is the next thing we wanted to build. Stream.place chat client. And I think, so if I understand correctly, I think what we have to do is we'll have to set up a WebSocket connection, and we'll basically have to listen for events that are related to what we want to do. And then if we want to send messages, we just have to create new messages in my PDS. I think is how it'll work. But I think I'm going to start building it in TypeScript first, and then I'll port it to C# for the Term Chat app. So let's go back to the atproto Explorer. Go back here. So yeah, so if we look here, there's place.stream.chat.message. And I'm pretty sure if we want our client to be able to send messages, we just have to create these. And then obviously create it, I think create them with the correct information. And then I guess what we'll have to do too is we'll have to find a way to listen for when we are live, which will be probably probably these records maybe. What's today, 25th? Yeah, so here's the 25th. So each one of these is a different one. I think stream.place too has an API reference. Stream.place API docs. Yeah, my messages here are inside my PDS. Okay. Very cool. Apps to redo your session, MPX, leaflet tangles. Oh, yes, that's right. I need to go and do that too as well. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy your message. Let's see, you said... Thank you for making that list. You definitely didn't have to do that. Echo, go home. I have no idea why my Echo TV just thought I was talking to it, I guess. The stream details might not include a status if you are live or not, but the Blue Sky live status, yes. Oh, that's an interesting idea. So just pull Blue Sky. That's an interesting idea. Okay, so they have all their lexicon published, which is basically all we need, right? Because we're always going to be talking over the atproto. Oh, they do have their own endpoints too. Get likes. Get server time, get storage. Playback. Multi-stream. Oh. Get live users. Interesting. Get recommendations. Oh, you can also start and stop your own live stream. That's cool. Very cool. The app still have access to your old PDS, not the new one. Yeah. I wonder. I'm scared to sign in and out of anything while I'm using it. Is this still part of boot.dev? No, a noob. You have not been here, I don't think, since we moved over to boot.dev. Also, I think my term chat app died. Boot.dev, we finished. We reached level 100. There we go. So you may now call me Archmage. Archmage Steven is what you can refer to me as. It was very exciting. Testing Twitch chat. Hey Justin, good to see you. I'm doing a little pre-work meeting streaming. Congrats on reading Archmage. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, it was way more time and effort than I thought it was going to be, honestly. If I'm being completely honest, I did not think it was going to take me 2.5 or 3 months. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it to anybody who was trying to learn to code, or if you just wanted something entertaining to do. I feel like I need some sort of valid critique so I don't sound completely biased. I mean, I paid for it, so I paid $280 or whatever for a month, 12-month subscription. I think my only two valid critiques of it is, one, I didn't feel like their tests were always good enough to actually validate that you had actually done what you were supposed to do. I feel like their test suites could be more robust for verifying you've completed a lesson or a project. And then I guess my other valid critique of it would be too many guided projects. Like I think a lot of the guided projects that they guided you through should probably have just been like assigned projects for you to complete with either a set of test cases or a complete test suite, something like that maybe. But overall, it was a good experience. I had fun. It's surprising the stream is still up and running after your migration. Pretty resilient. Yeah, I wonder if it's up and running still because it relies on the DID maybe of the account rather than anything related to, like, it just basically uses that as the source of truth to resolve everything. I don't know. But yeah, it is pretty cool that it's still up. Surbamo, do you stream on RTMP and OBS for stream.place? So no, what I've been using lately, Surbamo, for streaming is I've been using Meld Multi. It's kind of like a restream service. So I just stream to Meld Multi, and then Meld Multi streams over RTMP to Twitch, YouTube. It takes care of the distribution of it to all the different places. And actually, stream.place actually can act as a restream service, which is pretty cool. So if you want to send your stream primarily to stream.place, you can actually use stream.place to send it on to the other destinations if you want to do that way, which is pretty cool. I think the key here is that Streamplace is a unique atproto app. They have their own PDS to handle video. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, well, I'd love Stream.place to make video available beyond just beta. I think right now it's just invite only, right? So I would like there to be like a YouTube equivalent on atproto is what I'd like there to be. Sir Bamba, also, are your YouTube shorts a bot via AI workflow? No, the way it works, it does have AI involved. The way I do my shorts from these longer streams is basically for better or for worse, I suck at remembering to clip things. So I suck at remembering to clip things that I might think make good shorts. And I can't remember what the hell I said during the 2 hours or 4 hours that I was alive. So I built this tool. It's called Stream Short. What it does is it basically transcribes the recording of the stream. Then it types that transcription into an LLM. Right now it's Gemini. And it has a prompt that basically says, hey, look at this transcription and give me back segments that you think would make for good. Like, I forget exactly what the prompt says. We can actually get it here. Oops, this is the wrong app. And then it dumps these clips into a folder. And then I go through the clips myself and look at them and say, that one's shitty. That one's okay. And then I post them. Like I edit them and add the captions and whatnot. I think is it here? No, I think it's over here. Yeah, this is the default prompt that I use. And then, like I said, it just dumps them out. I think right now it dumps them out to it dumps them out to a drive on my network attached storage device. So you can see like there's each folder represents a stream that it chopped up. And then if you go in here, it will have basically it'll have the JSON analysis, which is basically like it tells me the segment of the clip, the start and stop of that segment, a description of it, and then an explanation for why it shows it. And then FFmpeg goes through and uses that JSON document to actually produce the individual clips. And then the MP3 is why do I need the MP3? The MP3 is what I extract from the video using FFmpeg, so that I can then give that to Whisper to do this transcription. So the transcription happens locally with a Whisper model, and then the analysis happens with the Gemini model. Yeah, it's I mean, I've wanted to put a UI on it so that I don't have to have such a manual workflow, because right now it's a little bit manual where like I run the command line tool like this. I run the command line tool, and then I go to my phone and I have to like review the clips on the phone, and I have to upload them to the YouTube app and all that. It would be nice if I had a GUI to do that work, but I have yet to sit down and do that. One day though. It's the only way though. This is the only way I can keep up with making short form clips from stream. Otherwise, if I couldn't do it this way, I probably wouldn't do it, because I would forget and then not know. I wouldn't want to spend, multiple sessions like scanning through 4 hours of footage trying to figure out what I should clip out. I have a transcription of my streams in real time OBS plugin. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, you might need to put me onto that. I struggle to create smaller segments too. Yeah, it's hard. It's just hard to remember and keep up with it. And if you don't have like an audience that can help you clip it and stuff, yeah, it's difficult. A friend of mine is also developing something that could be YouTube on atproto, but still very early in development. Well, if, Vic, you ever stumble across an app that you feel is like YouTube on atproto, which I know stream.place, maybe that is what it eventually becomes. But if you ever find other recommendations for something like that, definitely put me on. Okay, so enough reading. Let's just try to do this. Let's go ahead and do make dir. What do we want to call this? Let's call this stream.place chat client. And I believe atproto has atproto docs. I believe they have good TypeScript SDK. I think there's some community. Oh, they have a Go one too. But their TypeScript one has an OAuth server. But I guess what I'm concerned about is the client implementation the most. So this is full featured. Looks like Go is pretty full featured. Man, the C# one looks like it's lacking in a lot of things. Start that. That's fine. I'll just use TypeScript. We'll start with TypeScript and then I'll probably port it is what we'll do. So let's do npm init -y. Might have to spin up my own PDS. You should do it. Yeah, and Vic, like I said, Vic provided that really handy tool, PDS mover. It's really made it really simple to migrate if you have an existing account. Oh, nice. Thank you, Vic, for sharing that plugin. That's very kind of you. This has everything and something more too. SDK.blue. Ooh. SDK.blue. What's this? Wow, there's a ton. Oh, that's a that's the PDS implementation in C#. Damn. Oh, never mind. Never mind. They archived it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'll for now stick with the official. But if I want to, what is a PDS? So a PDS just stands for Personal Data Server, and it basically describes the repository where your data for the app protocol is held. And that PDS can be one that lives on someone else's server, or you can host your own, right? Or you can host one for you and your friends, or you and your fan, you know what I mean? So then that's basically like the central location where all your records on atproto are stored. Which is kind of that's kind of the exciting part, is like that means that your data, the data that you publish into the atproto network is your data. And apps just purely provide a view, in a sense, into that data, which is very different, right, than like how you would classically think of apps as being kind of these siloed, isolated boxes. Yeah, it's very cool. Like there's and then basically people can publish their own lexicons, which are their own, like, this is the standard data for this type of app, or this type, or for our app, right? And then people can also standardize around other people's lexicons. Like There's one for blogging right now that's pretty popular called standard.site. So like a bunch of people have, even WordPress I think is standardized around it. So you can basically publish a newsletter or a blog in this format, and then all these other apps that, you know, have developed against that lexicon can use your stuff or use your published blog posts and newsletters and things, which is, I think, pretty cool, you know. It's just such a different approach to the whole app ecosystem, social web ecosystem, which is very awesome. C# on atproto is struggling. Well, that sucks. We need to fix that. We need to fix that. One account is always hosted by one PDS, and one PDS can host one or more accounts. That's what Vic says. Which also pains me. It's my programming language of choice too. Yeah, that's C# is my favorite programming language. But I like TypeScript a lot. I mean, I like other languages. I try to evangelize for C#, and I like to work in it. I want other people to be interested in trying it. So WordPress has plugin to publish with standard.site. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it sounds like have a public shelf and a centralized library that people can go into. Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, it's still very much a decentralized protocol, but your data is yours to host and own in a single place, which is, I think, pretty awesome. C# is fire, TypeScript is a close second, which makes sense since they're siblings. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and for the longest time, I didn't know TypeScript and C# had like a shared creator, or at least, I don't think Anders was necessarily there in the creation of TypeScript, but I know he's been very heavily involved, you know, in the development of it as it's gone forward. So that makes a lot of sense why I like both of those languages. What is it that doesn't Node support passing an env file directly now? Node env file. Yeah, -- env file. And then we got to install the types. npm install save. Whoops. Save dev. I want TypeScript. And we also need to install the node types. Node types. I think modern C# and .NET is just so strong. I do too. And it sucks that legacy.NET has just hung around for way too fucking long. I feel like if Microsoft had just killed off .NET Framework, they could have saved a lot of pain. But hopefully more people using it out in the open will get more people interested in using it. I mean, you can move your data around PDSs. There are multiple PDSs around. The whole atproto infra is decomposable. Very cool, man. Very cool. One idea for next atproto adventure: making your blog compatible with standard.site. Yes, that is on. It's so funny you say that, because that is on our list. Yeah, that's that is. It's so funny you say that, Vic. That is one of our things to do. Yep, we're gonna try to sort that out. There's multiple ways to do it depending on your block stack. So right now my block stack is super simple. It's just markdown files. That's all it is. It's super simple. It's basically just a Blazor app that renders markdown files. It's like that scene in Spider-Man 3 where Spidey tries to rip off the symbiote. It really is. It really is. And I just wish, I understand why .NET Framework still exists. I understand Microsoft's commitment to backwards compatibility. And I also understand how valuable that is to a lot of developers, especially developers who target applications that only will ever exist on a Windows machine. But in terms of the harm it's done for adoption, I think it really has harmed the new adoption. It's also why, Justin, interestingly enough, I think that's why people have the Aspire team. It used to be .NET Aspire, and then they sliced off the .NET Aspire part because they did not want the weight of being associated with .NET. And they want Aspire to be polyglot, like a polyglot tool chain. But yeah, there's just a lot of baggage there. You know, there's just a lot of yeah, didn't know that. Yes, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's so funny too, because whenever I see people comment about Aspire on the internet, if somebody says .NET Aspire like on Blue Sky or Twitter or YouTube or whatever, the David Fowler, who's one of the engineers on the .NET team, he'll always come in and like correct people in the comments. It's not .NET Aspire, it's Aspire. I also need to do TSC -- init. What is it? It's npx TSC -- init. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, there's so many options in the TS config. So many options. I think some of those aren't relevant to what I'm doing, but okay, and then we'll do .env, and we'll do is test equals true. And run start. Cool. And now let's install the SDK. I've got too many windows going on right now. I just want to install the library. Where's the... Just want the client SDK. Oh, is that what the links are? Do they not have one package? Is it all individual packages? Overview and guides. Wonderful. Bro, I just want to install it. What's it? Cookbook. There you go. TS bot. Oh, this doesn't even use. Does this use their SDK? There we go. Atproto API. That's the one we want, huh? Hopefully, this is 3 years ago. Hopefully that's correct. There we go. Yeah, this is the client library. We recommend using Lex, our type-safe SDK with lexicon code generation for all new projects. Oh. All right, I'm confused. Okay, so then we need both of these. We need the client and the OAuth client. Okay. npmi and what was the other one? Atproto auth client node. Okay. All right. So I guess first and foremost, let's see if we can get authenticated, huh? So let's find this package documentation. Also, this is like blinding me. Hey, what's up, Artwork Studios? Nice to see you, man. Okay, this object will be used to build the payload of the client metadata.json, exposing the client metadata to the OAuth server. Okay, do I not need this? How? This package implements all the OAuth features required by atproto to run in a node-based environment such as desktop apps built with Electron or traditional web app. Client ID is what identifies your application to the OAuth server. It is used to fetch the client metadata and initiate client ID. Okay, I don't think I need this. Let's see, auth. Okay, you can log in using any OAuth provider or with password session from your SDK. I would love to get. Okay, so password session seems to be the simplest because you can just create an app password. There we go. There's an example. OAuth with Node.js. Build the OAuth client. Build atproto loopback client metadata. So that's just an import. Let's see. OAuth loopback works by using a special redirect URI to send authorization codes directly back to an app which listens on a local port. Avoid browser-based callbacks and enabling secure direct communication for token exchange. Instead of a web redirect, the app opens a local listener. You can auth in a browser and the server redirects back to the app's local URI. It's particularly useful for development scenarios. Okay, now you add the log info. You'll start a temporary HTTP server to receive the OAuth callback, then open the user's browser to authorize the app. That makes sense. Seems familiar. And then we use the session. This is for local development. The loopback client won't work in production. See OAuth with Next.js tutorial for deploying a real app. Sessions are in memory. Every run requires reauthorization. For persistent sessions, use a database. This tutorial requests only the base atproto scope. To read or write data on behalf of the user, you'll need additional scopes. So the session, though, looks like they have an interface or some. So state store and session store. And right now these are just maps. But theoretically, right, you could pass, it looks like you could pass in whatever implementation you wanted here. I'm guessing you could even pass in the ability to just write this to a JSON file on disk. Okay, let's see if we can get this working. I finally managed to learn version control via a collaborative project I did. My first ever collab. Nice, dude. Well, that's awesome. I mean, I use version control on non-collaborative projects. So, I mean, most of the stuff I build is just me, and I still use version control. Okay, so we have to do this. Terminals. npm run install -g to allow these scripts. Have you seen this? Yes, I have seen that. Yes, I have. I actually have a Tangled account, and I have like maybe one repo or 2 repos over there. It's very cool, and you can actually self-host it. I'm pretty sure as well. But I had already set up Git by the time I found Tangled, so I kind of was like, oh god, I don't want to go through this all over again. But yeah, Tangled's very cool. Yeah, the social part of it's all built around atproto. Okay, I don't know what Lex is doing. I think Lex is generating some schemas for me. So it fetched the lexicon from this place. It looks like it fetched some other things. So it must be, I guess, some sort of schema generation tool. Yeah, it looks like it dumps it in there as JSON. That's cool. So I guess you can import this or reference these somehow. That's pretty cool. Handy little tool. Tangled self-host is kind of different because you can just self-host your knot. But your knot is your knot is where your repo and stuff, right? Your repos live, right? Which to me is the important part. Is just I want to, I just want to be able to keep a copy of my own repositories. Hey, what's up, Rima? I have a data center, but that I mean my second computer is running Proxmox. Well, that counts, man. You're home labbing. You're home labbing. I like it. What have I done? Shift W. There we go. So yeah, so that converts it to actual TypeScript types. That's pretty handy, man. I wonder what the experience is like doing this in other languages, though. I wonder what the experience will be like in C#. I bet it won't be as nice. Also, why are we getting errors? God, man, that's so ugly. TypeScript errors are so ugly. Type undefined is not assignable to type blobref. Maybe there's something in my TS config I need to change. I use GitLab at the moment, wanting to try Tangled. It's self-hosted on my home lab. That would be cool. Yeah, I'd like to try it as well. I'm down with that. That's the first time I heard of Proxmox. Yeah, Proxmox is very cool. It's like a virtualization technology. Not host your repo. Nice. Tangle also allows to run in self-host CI. Yes, that is very cool. That's kind of a must-have, right? If you're into the self-hosting world. Their CI though, the one thing about their CI is it's a different engine. So if you're like super familiar with GitHub Actions and stuff, right, you have to learn a new CI engine, which isn't, I guess, bad. It just is something to think about if you're going to switch over. All right, so we're going to do some stuff here. So const state store equals new map string node saved state. Const state store, so session store. This is scope is atproto. Redirect URIs are HTTP loopback address. 3000 should work. I don't have anything running on that. What are you angry about? Listen. State store. Session store. And these you have to pass in an implementation for async get. Async set. That. And I think the same thing for this one down here. Okay, now everyone's happy. And then we're just gonna give it to our maps. We're just gonna proxy this and say state store dot get key. It's a value. Don't need to return anything here. Just use a tool. Oh, that's cool. So there's a tool to convert GitHub Actions into, that's very cool. I did not know that existed. I'm going to bookmark that. Thank you very much. Hey, Victor. Nothing much, man. Just playing around on the internet until I have to go to a meeting. So this is a tool that Vic just shared with me over on stream.place, where basically it allows you to convert GitHub Actions into Tangled workflows. So this actually removes one of the pain points I was looking at when using something like Tangled over something like GitT. So this would, if you're super familiar with GitHub workflows and you have a bunch of existing workflows written and you don't want to have to rewrite them, it looks like this would be a really handy tool to check out. So TangleFlow is the name of it. It's on GitHub. What's your stream.place? It should just be under my handle. Let's see. I think it's this. I think it's this. stream.place/StephenFreeborn.com, I think is the URL. Does that work for GitLab? See, I actually don't know. I'm not familiar with GitLab or the CI engine over there, but if I had to guess, if something like this exists for GitHub Actions, I would assume it would probably exist for any other existing CI workflow engine that you're using, or at least could be built, maybe. GitHub to Tangle hosted on GitHub. Bro, I don't know if it's a you issue or me issue, but every couple of seconds your stream just keeps loading like it gets stuck and loads. Huh. I haven't had anybody else complain, and from what I can see on my end, the connection looks fine. But if I apologize. If it is me, I do apologize, but I don't know what I would do to make it better for you, Victor. Thanks, man. I appreciate you following me on stream.place. Yeah, I think stream.place is kind of in its infancy, so it's kind of a weird place, honestly, if you go there. There's a bunch of streams with, like, very odd content. Like, there's some bunch of with old cartoons sometimes. Yeah, these public domain cartoons. And there's really no viewership, really, on it much, but I'm just trying to support things that are built around this ecosystem, because it is something that I would really like to see more people get interested in or embrace. Because right now it seems like most people who are interested in atproto are like, no offense to anybody, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but most people that seem to be really interested or invested in atproto tend to be kind of nerdy, kind of geeky. It's just a bunch of us weirdos. So I feel like the more people that can get exposed to it, the better, you know? So I'm just trying to participate, and I'm completely inept at it and I know very little about it, but I'm excited and want to try to help other people be aware of it. We are offended. Yeah, I don't mean to offend. Vic, I beg to differ. Oh, I guess maybe that's just my perception. Vic says my viewers are normal. Completely valid. Completely valid take. But yeah, I would just like more people to be aware of it, and maybe more people will get interested. I mean, likely what it will take, it'll take some sort of killer app, right? Something gets very popular that's built on atproto. That probably is what will bring more people into the fold. But I don't know, if I can expose one other person in the world to atproto and they get interested and use it, then it's a win in my terms, you know. Honestly, it's really just anyone who's fed up with what's happened to the internet, not beat down enough to still want to try and change things. I feel you. Count me in on that one. Count me in on that one, man. Okay, now we're going to define a function. This is going to be our login. Const auth URL. There's a lot in this code right here that I need to go and read and understand what it's doing, but if we could get this working, that would be awesome. Hey Mark, how are you, man? Hello, newbie clips. It's yeah, life's good. Life's good. Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. Most people I've converted from Twitch is people tired of Twitch ads. I support them because Twitch never allowed me to get my money. Oh, that's terrible, Vic. I'm sorry. Tired of Twitch using their streams to train LLMs by default, which is not very nice. It's really not very nice, and I honestly can't believe the chief product officer said what he said about that feature. It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Mark, man, your streams is getting more ads. I'm sorry, Mark. I appreciate you watching the ads. But I've not changed anything about the ad settings. Huh, wonder why it's not recognizing that as an import. Okay, const URL equals new URL. I'm learning C# and trying to build the project at the same time so I can get hired again. Nice. Nice. Nothing like the what do they say? Mother or necessity is the mother of all invention. Nothing like needing to get hired to get you to build something. Okay, so we're basically just setting up a listener to handle the callback. All right, I've got about 15 more minutes, and then I gotta hop. Actually, maybe 10 minutes, because I gotta use the bathroom before this meeting. Well, maybe we can get this working before we have to hang up the stream. Okay, so we set up the listener, we got the server listening. We'll add another callback, so if the server encounters an error, we'll just log that out. Or we'll reject it, I guess is what we'll do. And then I should do that. And then now we need to actually we need to do open auth URL to stream. Danny, I'm learning C++ instead of Rust. Hey, man, no shade over here. I say use the languages and tools you want to use. Life is short. Do what you want. I've never written any C++ though myself. I've written some Rust, but never any C++. So I hope you're enjoying yourself. Why is everyone suddenly using Gleam more? I actually have no idea. I have not heard anybody talk about Gleam myself, but... Okay, so we'll take the handle from the passed in positional param. Can't get it. We'll exit with an error. That. Process.exit 1. Nice. That clip, Wild Gleam is taking over Tangled for some reason. Really? So hey, newbie clips. Somebody over on stream.place says that Gleam is actually very popular on Tangled. Enjoy the process so you can get sweet results. If you don't, it's going to be a better end. Why did I do this again? Just to suffer? Oh no, Mark got hit by another ad. Sorry, Mark. I appreciate your diligence to watching the ads. Yeah, I have personally not heard of anybody talking about Gleam, but I guess it's popular now, according to some people in chat. I'm sorry that you're having to watch them, but I appreciate you watching them because maybe one day Twitch will pay me some money for the ads. But I also understand if anybody ever is like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out of here. I would never expect anybody to watch ads on my behalf. I have a feeling that all this writing that I'm doing in TypeScript is not going to translate at all to C# because a lot of the dirty details are being abstracted away from me by this package. But hopefully this will give me an idea of kind of maybe how I can implement it in a nice way in C#. Okay, then we new up a client. And this client comes from where does this client come? This client comes from atproto Lex. Then we get the session. Okay, this is the part that I was interested in. So this is the Lex that we generated. So what we can do is we can actually go up here, but this is very cool. So we can do import star as app from lexicons / app, like that. Cannot find module app. Close. Like that. And so then what we can do is in here, we can say, this is pretty cool. We can specify the profile from Blue Sky. So we can say app.bluesky.actor.profile. That's pretty handy. And then repo session.idid. Now, why is this angry? Profile is declared, but its value is never read. Huh. All right, we'll see if that becomes an issue. Then I'm going to copy these last few lines. That. We'll run it. I'm kind of wondering if I'm even going to be able to use Node to run this. Another point to Streamplace not having ads is a good point. Is a good point. Danny, how many languages do you know? I would say officially, Danny, I would say like if you were to say like, hey, how many can you feel comfortable working professionally in? I would say C#, TypeScript, and Go. But I do know Rust. I haven't written enough of it or built enough with it to feel like I could actually do it full time as a job. And then I guess if you know TypeScript, you also know JavaScript. I guess that like those are kind of go hand in hand. I would put C in there as well, but I've only written maybe 1,000 or 2,000 lines of C, so not a ton of it. I don't know. Programming languages are one of those things where once you learn one, it's very easy to pick up others, but to get really good at any of them, you have to write quite a few lines of code in them, right? Because you need to get exposed to all the different nitty-gritty details of those languages. And most people are not gonna, like, most people don't have an idea for a project and then rewrite the project in every language they know. So you're always gonna have like a language or two where you're far more capable and familiar than the others, because I think programming languages are very much like a use it or lose it type of skill. Like, doesn't mean it can't come back to you really quick, but like the less you use it, the more your knowledge and skill with it kind of decays over time. But we're gonna do Advent of Code this year in Rust, so hopefully that will be good practice time for me. I do not know PHP win. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get to PHP. Though I hear the Laravel community is very nice. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's see if this actually runs. I don't know if this is gonna run. npm run start. Something happened. Cannot find module.
Mark Mananzala is reminding you to hydrate.
Thank you, Mark. I don't know why that didn't come through on my... Huh. I don't know why that didn't come through on the term chat app. All right, so this guy is not loading. So cannot find stream, place, source, lexicons, app. Okay, let's move TS config into source. That. And then let's move this to that. Oh, we actually did. We also did not do this either. I don't think that's causing the error, but get key. Oh my gosh, I'm coming up against time. This should be, what should this be? Node session, save session. Session store.delete. All right. It still doesn't seem like it's able to resolve that. Cannot find, oh. Do I need to update my TS config maybe? Cannot find module app.js.
Hydrate.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's 11. I have to go. All right, Vic, thank you for all your help with migrating my PDS. You basically did it for me. I appreciate it. All the goodwill. You deserve all the good things that happen to you in life. Mark, I have to go. Everyone on Twitch and YouTube, thank you for hanging out. I'm going to keep working on this on stream. So the next few weeks that are going to be basically building a Streamplace chat client and then integrating that into my term chat. And then we're also going to work on making my blog compatible with standard.site. So if you want to hang around and work on some atproto stuff, that's what I'll be doing on stream the next few weeks. If not, if that's not your cup of tea, I totally get it. But appreciate you. See you, Vic. Bye. Bye, chat. Bye. See you guys. Have a good day.